Last summer, I made this little terrarium with a grow light in the lid, just as an experiment. I wasn't even sure it was going to work, but it definitely did. In fact, it works so well that I have to move all these happy, healthy little plants to a bigger terrarium. You may also recall last year I made a recovery terrarium for all my plants that were not doing so well. This one was a bust. Most of the plants were just too far gone. The only things that survived were a little Pilea Moon Valley and a Ficus pumila and a couple of pieces of moss. They're all small enough they can go back in there with the plants from the small terrarium. At least, I think they will. Let's see. I've emptied the 2-gallon one out and scrubbed it nice and clean. So first, I'll remove all the moss from the smaller terrarium to make it easier to get the bigger plants out. Still connected. Guess it's going to stay that way. Yeah, give them a little misting. Make it easier to recover. Okay, now we've got some nice big ferns to put in the larger terrarium. The moss has been doing really well too. Let's hope it stays that way. And now I'll add the layers. Lava rock. And some charcoal. And the big circle of weed blocker fabric. Again, this prevents the soil from seeping down into the lava rock and charcoal and getting all mixed together. And a little bit of soil. I'm going to do a sand border just like the small one has. So we only need to put a little bit of soil in it first. All right, now I'm going to give it a sand border. We had green on the bottom, orange on top last time, so let's do orange on the bottom, green on top this time, for no reason whatsoever. Okay, I use a paintbrush to make little scallops in the border. Looks pretty that way. All right, now we're going to add the green sand. Okay, lovely. Now let's add the rest of the soil in here. This is Doter brand terrarium mix, and I've been really happy with it. Good drainage and moisture retention, and clearly the plants are happy with it too. These ferns have developed some pretty impressive root systems, so they'll need a bit more depth than they had before. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the rest. And then I'll just tuck these plants in with their moss attached. Okay, let's get the rest of this moss in there. And a bonus fern that's starting to recover. That guy in the middle. And cover the soil with the moss. And of course, these two little houses for the fairies need a gravel road, so let's fill that in. I think I'm going to do this with my hands like I did the last time, since it's just going to be a little narrow road. Narrow winding road for our tiny fairy folk that live in the terrarium. All right. All right, now I'll tuck the little houses in nice and cozy so they can be neighbors. He's on that side of the road. She's on this side of the road. There we go. Perfect. I did discover, when this was a recovery terrarium, that this Ficus pumila quercifolia will climb the side of the terrarium. So I'm kind of excited for it to do that again. It'll look just like a little English ivy climbing the side of the terrarium, but it won't get too huge. Okay, now we're just going to put these pretty little rocks back in there, just mainly to cover the parts of the soil that aren't covered in moss, and to prop things up too. Sometimes it needs that. All right, and there we go. Now, of course, if you've watched me make a terrarium before, you'll know that I'm not done yet. First, we've got to give this baby a good solid misting to make sure the soil stays moist. Pump it up. Okay, and then wipe it down a little bit so that we don't get any rotten leaves. And then last, of course, I'm going to leave the terrarium lid halfway open so that the humidity is balanced inside and out the terrarium. And there you have it. These little guys have a lot more room to grow now, and I have another terrarium I can fill with tiny plants. What should I do? Jewel orchids, Fittonia and hypoestes, other tropicals, just moss? Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I release a new video. You can also find me on Instagram at planty.jen, where I share photos and tips as well. If you'd like to learn more about me, please visit my website at plantyjenstinylandscapes.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Time for that theme song.
If your plants look sad and you've lost all hope, tried everything, you're at the end of your rope. Should you throw them out into the street? Nope, just ask Planty Jen. If you want to be a planty acolyte, learn the tips and tricks to keep them growing right. Water, fertilizer, and the right amount of light. Just ask Planty Jen.